Hey guys, it's another edition of the Premodern Super Gauntlet 2021. Tonight I'm your special host, Bat Dad. The match today will be a fun one between, let's see, where's it hiding? Between Mike Harris on Blue Green Madness. It's got survival in it, which would be cool. And then Mike Arnold on Merfolk. So that'll be interesting. I didn't even realize Merfolk was still in it. I hadn't got to stream any match yet, so this will be sweet. Let's see. The guys are mulliganing, so I'll just throw in a little poke for the American Championships in Premodern in May 13th and 14th in Boston. The 13th Premodern. The 14th Saturday is Old School with a side event for Premodern players. Other than that, I'll get us into the bring in the guys and let's unmute them. And
this one is a keeper.
You guys are good to go. Good luck, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank
right,
you.
I'm keeping my 7.
As I am keeping a 6, and I will bottom this one.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Island. Careful study.
Okay.
1, 2. I will pitch a Basking Root Walla and a Survival of the Fittest, and I'll Madness in the Root Walla.
Sure.
And then pass to you.
All right, draw. Island, Tidal Warrior, pass.
You got it. I dare you to make my land an island.
Hey, matching islands.
Look at that.
You have good taste.
As do you, sir. I'll play on my coast.
Okay.
And attack.
All right, no blocks.
No pump. You go to 19. I will go to 19 and Survival of the Fittest.
Survival's good.
Your go.
Untap. I'll draw.
Mm-hmm.
Island, Lord. Attack for 2.
No box, obviously. I go to 17.
And you're up.
Untip. Draw. Attack with the Root Wall.
Okay, no blocks.
Yeah, again, no pump.
18.
You go 18. I'll play another coast.
Okay.
I'll go to 16 and play a Wild Mongrel.
Okay, Mongrel's fine.
And then pass to you.
Draw.
Mm-hmm.
Play an island.
Mm-hmm.
Play Lord.
Ooh, double Lord. That's good.
Attack for 6.
Unblockable 6. I go to 10.
I'll pass to you.
End of your turn. I'll go to 9 to activate Survival.
Mm-hmm.
Pitching a Genesis.
Okay.
Don't know if my main deck can really help me in this situation.
Joke's on you. I slammed both the revised lords and the 4th edition lords in here.
So many lords.
If
All right.
only.
Let's see. Cards in hand.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Right. Actually, holy shit. Doing the math, I only have one more turn.
That you do. I knew that.
What can I possibly do? I guess in that case, I will get a root walla.
Okay.
Root walla goes to my hand, but I'll madness him in with the Mongol.
Okay.
Still end of your turn.
Mhm.
Untap. Draw. Careful stay.
Okay. Careful stay's fine.
And that's a concede. The rushing river was actually second from top when I was searching.
Ooh.
My one of out. But I think that careful study was dead anyways because I wouldn't have had enough mana to cast the rushing river had I drawn it with it.
All right. Let's see exactly what you have.
I know some cards you're going to bring in. A certain free spell.
I don't know.
Please don't. That'd be great. I was running through this matchup in my head, and it's a lot worse for me than first glance.
While you guys are shuffling, I just want to give some shout outs. One to MTG PhD. Don't know who that is, but yeah.
That'd be.
But thank you for another month of subscribing. Anybody watching, in addition to there's subscribing and then there's Prime subscribing. If you don't know and you have Amazon Prime, every month you get a free subscription you can give to any anybody on Twitch you want to. So you can give one to Cloud Goat Ranger one month, you give me another month, somebody else another month. You can do however you want. So use it or you lose it, and it's we definitely appreciate it. I know those guys and me put our money back into the streaming and all that. So anything I'm getting is going probably to set up for streaming at actual live tournaments in the future.
Nice.
In addition to that, just wanted to thank, where is it? I had two new ones. Where are they? Doesn't look like they're on now, but I am J-Man 00793. You are actually the 500th follower, so that's awesome. Thank you.
500.
Yeah, 500.
Woo.
And Hecaseros, you're 501, so that's what, pair of Levi's or something? 501s.
Just because I'm not sure if you were joking or not, MTG PhD
Yeah.
is Flint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know that guy.
It's like,
I miss Flintstigator.
Yeah.
I thought that was I thought that was the
It's a great
really
name.
yeah.
I guess for the stream, for anyone who doesn't know, Flint indeed has a PhD. Not in magic.
Nope.
Yep.
He's like Freud, right?
Although he is
Yes.
good enough at magic that I wouldn't be surprised. All right. I will be on the play, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, guys. It's just going to go back to mute.
Thank you. I'm going to say that's another mall.
I'm gonna throw it back too. I need a land. It's too much to ask. Just one.
Mine, it was weird. It was one of those first glance, this is a terrible hand. But then I thought about it and I was like, it's maybe not that bad. But then I remembered that you have counters.
Yes.
Then I also remembered that you are a low curve deck. And I was like, no, if this was against a mid-range deck, then this would be a solid hand, but not against the folk. All right. Good luck on your next 7.
You too.
I will keep this one, and I will bottom you.
I'm gonna keep as well. I'll send that to the bottom.
All right, off to the races.
Mhm.
Island, careful study.
Okay.
My favorite turn 1 play. Draw. And I will pitch. I'll pitch a Nimble Mongoose and a Rootwalla, madnessing in the Rootwalla,
Sure.
and pass to you.
And draw.
Mm-hmm.
Play an island, and I'll pass.
All right, untap. Draw.
Mhm.
Island attack.
All right, no blocks.
Obviously no pump. Your go, sir.
All right, I am just checking through your list.
Check it out.
All right, draw.
I think I do have what you're looking for.
I don't know.
Oh, hey, we got
Play
some
bouncer?
lands. Bouncer. Unfortunately, bouncer is fine.
I'll pass.
Untap. Draw.
Mhm.
Attack.
All right, no blocks.
And I will pass to you.
I'll untap. I'll draw. Play Merfolk Traders.
Sure.
Draw.
Mhm.
I'll pitch a wonder.
Okay.
They fly. Flying fish. Plain island, and then I'll pass.
Untap. Drop. Ooh, not the land I was looking for. Wasteland.
Not too good against me.
And go ahead. No, it is not.
In a turn, I'm gonna activate the bouncer.
Yep.
I'm gonna discard foil to send him back to your hand.
Sounds good.
Untap. And draw. Swing for 1.
No blocks. 19.
Play merchant.
Sure.
Draw.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll discard days. I'll
Okay.
pass.
Draw. I will pass to you.
Untap.
Mhm.
And draw. Swing for 3.
No box. 16.
And I'll pass.
Draw. Oh my god. I will go to my discard step.
Okay.
I will discard a Rootwalla and Madness him in.
He's in.
Your go.
All right, I'll draw. I will swing for 2.
2 1-2s, huh?
Mhm.
No box. 14.
And I'll pass.
Draw. Another wasteland.
What do you know?
Look at that. Guess. Oh, I'm back down to 7. Go ahead.
Untap. I'll draw.
Mhm.
All right, I'll swing it for 2.
12.
And I'll pass.
Draw. I will careful study.
Okay.
1, 2. I'll pitch a squee and a wild mongrel.
Okay. And technically, study's on top.
Oh, you're right.
Just an FYI.
I remember that the other times I studied. Cards in hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I will pass to you.
Untap. I'll draw.
Mhm.
Go to attacks. Attack for 3.
I'll block the bouncer.
Bouncer down.
Take 2 to 10.
Play bouncer. And then I'll pass.
Wait,
If you have,
hold on.
yeah.
I have a response.
Sure.
Cards in hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll hardcast a circular logic.
And I will daze.
Yes. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards in hand. Still past you.
Untap.
Mhm.
Draw. Frantic search.
Okay.
1, 2. I'll pitch a Wasteland and a Wild Mongrel.
Okay.
Untap.
Yeah, Wasteland's pretty terrible against me.
Yes. I do not want that land. And I do not want to draw 3 and no green sources. I'll Frantic search again.
All right. Yeah, that's good.
2. Wow. I do run 13 green sources in this deck.
You wouldn't know it.
You really wouldn't know it. Mm. Yeah. Pitch a Rootwalla and a Mongoose.
Okay.
Madness in the Rootwalla. Frantic search goes to the yard. Untap.
Mhm.
And I'll play another island.
Okay.
Legacy's Allure?
So you have to put the counters on it, and then you can steal a creature,
Mhm.
correct?
Correct. And the counters relate to the creature's power.
Okay, that's fine.
And pass to you.
Untap. And draw.
Mhm.
Hmm. Play an island?
Sure.
Play Lord?
Hmm. Lord is fine.
Attack for 4.
You got it.
All right, past you.
Tap.
Mhm.
Keep counter.
Yep.
Draw.
Mhm.
I will sack the Legacy's Allure to steal the bouncer.
Response. I'll go ahead, bounce the bouncer.
You got it. It's too little too late, but I got the forest.
There it is.
There it is. Survival?
Hmm. Yeah, survival's fine.
And pass to you.
Draw.
Mhm.
Submerge the root walleye.
Yep.
Swinging for 6.
And that will be game. And actually, I'm realizing something you told me in our last Merfolk matchup, that Bouncer is a Merfolk, so it actually
Correct.
had 2 powers, so I couldn't have
Ah,
stolen it. I didn't even think about that.
yeah, I didn't even think about that otherwise. Like was like I have it pretty locked up. So I had Daze this direction. I had the Submerge in
Mhm.
hand. I just drew a foil. I'm sitting on a wasteland.
Yeah.
Had you
No, there was no
got the
chance.
Yamai Coast. Yeah.
I drew that for us, what, turn 7, turn 8?
Yeah,
And
unfortunately that was just pretty bad.
yeah, I mean, I kept the hand
Mm.
with 2 islands, a careful study, more blue and a mix of blue and green cards. So I was like, all right, I mean, first of all, careful study is going to dig me,
Yeah.
and with a deck with 13 green sources, like I'm likely to hit it at least in the next turn or 2. But yeah, it just didn't happen, because I mean, if I have green there, because I also had the circular logic, um, I had the mongrel, so I figure you probably waste a counter on the mongrel, and if you don't, then I have live circular logic to fight the counter war over
Hmm.
survival that's inevitable. And if I get a live survival out, it's like then I can start finding the tools I need to actually fight you.
Hmm.
Like the mana war that I bring in is so critical against you.
Hmm.
Can we talk
I'd
about
agree.
how stupid it is that Warfront Bouncer is a merfolk? You can see his legs. You can see his beefy legs.
Did you not ever see Little Mermaid,
Yeah, I saw Little Mermaid, and
or the
the
more recent
Ariel
one,
was not a bouncer.
or the other recent Pixar one where the kids are like some kind of
Oh, Luca.
yeah,
Okay.
Luca. See,
You know what? You know what? I'm with you. It's
yeah,
a
yep,
Luca situation.
yep.
Hmm.
Because I looked it up
Oh, I love that mana
afterwards,
war art.
and it looks like Warfront Bouncer isn't the only. It looks like all the blue spell shapers
Hmm.
from Mercadian Mask are type Merfolk, or maybe not all of them, but some of the others that you also see their legs.
Yeah. Well, if you go to I think it's Supras and Air.
Hmm.
Um, there's nothing really on there which is like Merfolk, because it's just this like lady, um, sitting on her throne
Hmm.
or
Right.
whatever. Um, and yeah, there's nothing to say that she's like a Merfolk right there, but
Hmm.
she's type Merfolk in there. So yeah, I think pretty much everything was just if it wasn't like a pirate
Hmm.
already, like one of the human pirates, it was pretty much
Right.
made to be a Merfolk.
Yeah, that was
But
my.
yeah,
When I saw the Lord, I was like, "Can you legacy allure him?" But I was like, "You must be able if they're doing it."
Yeah.
yeah, I think we both just completely oversighted on that, and
Yep.
plus
Yeah,
it was a too little too late
yeah,
thing. Like
yeah.
even like you have to make the mistake of not bouncing it,
Yep.
b
Hmm.
of not using it. Like even if you don't bounce itself,
Hmm.
Hmm.
you could use it on my root walla, then I can't use it on
Hmm.
your lord.
True.
So it was kind of one of those like whatever, I'm just gonna try this.
Yep. And of course, you
But
drew
yeah,
all the islands instead of like Yavimaya coasts or anything to avoid
it was
Yeah, that was just
unbelievable.
Merfolk.
rough.
I was like, oh.
So I really think you have many cards that make this a really hard matchup for me, but
Hmm.
Lord is probably the biggest one. Like if
Mm.
you don't find a Lord, then
Hmm.
it's a fair fight.
Sure.
Um, but if you do find a Lord, there's really not much that I can do except for hopefully not have played islands,
Yeah.
or the other alternative is, run more rushing rivers and sack my own islands.
Yep.
But also just the being able to bounce your lord at a critical swing can be a big deal.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But then you have to like be able to do that and like win the counter war and everything.
Right. That's the
Yeah.
other thing. You have so many free counters on top of it all. And I have very minimal counters. Um,
Yeah,
trying to
because
think.
what I did in
Winter
the
Orb.
yep, what happened in the last match, which we didn't stream or anything, it was against Quiet Speculation, but I had a play where I dazed his Frantic Search so he couldn't untap, and then I Winter Orbed him, and that pretty much sealed up the game right there. So sadly we didn't see that play tonight, but yeah, Merfolk just throws a bunch of stuff which just gives you little hiccups, and all of a sudden like I have actual board presence and you don't.
Yeah.
So even though the board presence is pretty terrible, it's still board presence. And
Right. Exactly. That's the reason Merfolk is not like a higher tier deck, because the threats are so light. But against decks that can't handle the tempo, and that's kind of the funny thing about this matchup. It's like I'm a tempo deck, but not as good as you.
yeah,
You like Winter Orb destroys Blue Green Madness, especially with survival. It's like there's so little that I can do once a Winter Orb is on the table, and I can't even really deal with it. Like, aside from the one of Vigilante out of the sideboard, I don't have any hate for it.
I've got a null, but
I've got a null, but if it's hit the board, I have the one Russian River, and it's like it's really not going to work because this deck needs to tap out. It only has lands as mana producers. It has like it's somewhat low to the ground, but it's really not when you think about it, because like most of your stuff costs 2 or 3. You kind of you're using survival, you're pumping root wallas, like you have a lot of mana sinks, and your deck is a lot worse without them.
Yeah, so Merfolk on to the top 8. I think this is definitely like one of my pet decks and everything. Did I tell you the story of how I came up with my list and everything? So I was like, it was my third monthly, and I had played Secret Force at green. Goblins did really well with that, red, and so I was like, I want to play something like blue and control-y. So I was like, I drew up this draw go list really dirtly, and then like, wait a minute. We're expecting a baby mid-May. I don't think this is the best month to play slow control.
Nope. Nope.
It's like I want to play something blue, so I came and was like, oh, Merfolk is perfect. Let's see if
Yeah,
works.
what's the blue aggro deck?
Yep. Yeah. So I went like 2-2, and then Brian Manalakis dodged me for the 5th game, so I can't give that the full record. But it's like, hey, that's pretty decent. Whatever. Yeah. It's always been a deck which it has its really, really strong matchups. Like I destroyed Jared, in some test games when he was on Reanimator.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah. So there's
that seems unwinnable for Reanimator.
Yeah, just too much.
Like you have to brick completely.
He did like a first turn of Chroma on the play, and I foiled it, and then I wastelanded his one land, and he's just drawing and go like, all right,
yep.
Like,
yeah, and then you sit there swinging with 2 1/1s.
Yep. Just a little 10-turn clock or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Who the hell's this guy?
Well,
I mean 4 Waterfront Bouncer is just it's great in some matchups.
Yep. And Waterfront Bouncer plus Winter Orb especially.
Yeah.
Rock has a really hard time with that. They like need Blastoderm, and even then you can just kind of wall Blastoderm with your Waterfront Bouncer until it dies, if you really need to. But yeah, try doing a Bailoff with a Bouncer and a Winter Orb and play. It's not you're not gonna be able to play.
Seems really tough. Yeah, because Winter Orb too. Like there are certain decks that just have such a hard time with it.
Mhm.
Um, I actually had a question for you with this build. Is the reason for the 8 uh, traders, traders slash merchants, is that to try and find the whatever card it is that's like great in your matchup?
Yeah, you want to be able to cycle through the deck quickly. And the reason why I landed on them versus the Merfolk Looter's great, you know,
Yeah,
no problem with him. But Looter can't loot and attack.
true.
And with, having such a terrible clock as it is, you really can't give up one of your creatures to not attack.
Right. Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah.
so, and you do get the loot faster, you get it that turn. So if you do have to find something, right immediately, looting into a gush, it's great.
Hmm.
Or whatever that you need, it's fantastic. So yeah, it's a little bit quicker with that. It doesn't die to engineered plague. Um, so yeah, it's just it has some slight advantages over a looter. At the same time, I don't fault anyone running looter. Looter's a
Yeah,
classic.
for sure. And I feel like in other decks, like say the Merfolk Dreadnought deck, the fish and chips, like
Yeah,
looter's better
yeah, because
because you do want to loot multiple times.
you have to give it the space, so you don't have the space to run, 8,
Right.
the merchants and the traders right there. So
Hmm.
yeah, and you're not as soft to engineer plague because you can just dreadnought them. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
I like looter a lot in that list.
I absolutely love any deck that does 4 gush.
Yeah, yeah,
Like it's just it's such a great card, and
yeah.
it's so hard to play in this format without duels, that when
Yep.
there's something that can take advantage of it, it's like it's awesome.
You don't have to feel dirty about playing stasis.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly.
My gosh.
It is one of the few. It's why I'm loving the blue black stifle knot right now, because it's like the only one that can handle a gush.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I'm excited. I feel like Merfolk is kind of the Cinderella of this bracket.
Yeah.
Clerics was definitely the one last year because
Uh-huh.
I think Clerics made top 8
Wow.
with it. So, um, but that was definitely Adam Rice had posted his list about it. And there had been some talk about it, but then seeing it like actually perform in the Gauntlet
Hmm.
is like this is legit.
Well, I have it. My bracket continues. It remains with Merfolk.
Nice,
Nice.
awesome.
Does the bracket continue to have blue mages that might have islands to help you?
So the next matchup, because it's
It's
Dreadnought
one of my 2 decks,
versus Star Spangled Slaughter,
both blue.
Ooh, both blue.
and
But there are not many islands in the Star Spangled deck.
correct. Yeah, there's a lot more removal
Yeah.
and everything. Um, I
I,
feel
uh,
like I feel like yeah, it's hard to say versus Patriot whether Merfolk would actually do well. I
I
feel
actually think that it's probably tilted towards the Patriot deck.
just because of the amount of removal,
Exactly.
um, right there. But again, you have a problem with Winter Orb,
Right.
um,
It's true.
Winter Orb Wasteland, and you have to play around days
Hmm.
all the time. So
Wasteland, true.
Yeah.
Wasteland. Wow, that's
mhm.
that's
Yeah.
gonna
You
be
might pin
tough.
them on an island, and then it's like, oh
Yeah.
no.
I totally forgot the lesson from last year, that because in my bracket I have Dreadnought winning that match and then beating Merfolk, but I forgot the 4
The
waterfront
Waterfront
bouncer
Bouncer with the Knolls coming from the sideboard.
with annuls and many counters. Yeah, that's not an easy matchup. I mean, last time it was a blowout, wasn't it? I didn't
It
actually watch the match.
so it was 2-1, but I think
Okay.
the Merfolk wins were quite convincing.
Yeah.
You know, but with like one time Yin's just at like first turn Dreadnought or something like that. So
Right.
yeah.
If Dreadnought has the nuts and Merfolk can't
Mhm.
gain ground in time, there's yeah, that seems like how it would probably go. Um, Speaking of which, I need to speak with Peter about scheduling our
Yep,
match,
absolutely.
because I look forward to seeing what's going to face off against Merfolk.
Yeah, right on.
Andrew, were there any questions from the chat?
Nope, not really. So yeah,
Kinda-
and I can't do much talking, so it probably is a good thing.
Sure.
Fair deal.
All
All
right.
right.
I was
Let's
gonna
hang
see
it
you
up
guys.
then. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Ooh, go
Later.
Merfolk on the next top 8. Bye, guys.